Hey guys, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. We're going to be taking a look at XTZ today, doing a little bit of technical analysis on it and looking at possible targets for the upside. We're going to be looking at the Bitcoin pairing and the USD pairing, so stay tuned for both of them. As you can see, we're actually up 1.5% for the day and at 1.28 USD. So Tezos is actually still ranked at number 14th on here, and we actually have come up a lot in this year. So Tezos is looking very good, and as you guys know, it's one of my favorites, and it's one of the ones that we do look at in this channel pretty regularly. So we're going to recap quickly on the trades that we've had on this channel on Tezos for a while, and we're going to be basically recapping, and we're going to look at some new targets for us for the coming days and months. So we're not going to be looking at the lower time frames. If that's what you're here for, then basically we're just not going to be looking at it, because it's simply a waste of time right now, because we want to concentrate on a few days from now on, or a few months from now on, or even a few weeks from now on, because of the fact that we don't care about those little time frames such as a 15-minute or the 1 hour right now. We want to be looking at the more important thing at hand. And now I have noticed some very nice stuff that we actually did talk about in the last video as well, and some possible bounce targets that we talked about in the last video. If you go back to those videos, you will see all of these things. So as you know, we actually got really interested in Tezos right here when we were pumping up a lot, and then right here we basically said that Tezos was going to come to the downside. So if you were following this channel, and if you weren't, you can go back to the old videos and you would see that this was the case, and we basically called the top on this. And so it's just good to recap and see where we have made these trades to basically know for yourself as well. So now we're looking at some possible targets for the upside. Now we do have those lower targets. You can go back to the last video to see those lower targets, but right now we're looking at some fairly bullish things that could possibly make us bounce. So let's get into it right now. Now what we can actually see is from this support area that we talked about in last video as well, and also around here, there is a lot of confluence, and we were looking at these two areas to possibly give us a bounce. Now this bounce was going to be backed with bullish divergence and other factors that looked like we were actually going to bounce to the upside. Now we are actually getting this bounce, and it's been a very nice bounce. So already we've actually bounced at around to the top of that wick that we bounced from that support, about 6%. So very good job on the guys that did take this from the last video. And usually what we do is we ladder our entries. So if you did want to ladder your entries, you would ladder them in this area, and you would get an average in the middle, around in the middle, and you would put your stop loss at around, let's say, under the 200 moving average, which is a very strong moving average that will most likely not break. So we were never going to go, or we could, but we would likely not go down to 1.16 straight away. So it would be a very low risk trade, and you would have made some very nice profits from it already. Now, I know some of you guys look for the longer term plays, and that is exactly what we did here. We shorted the market from the longer term, and we made some very nice profits. So let's see from the top here. Obviously, you wouldn't have got the top maybe, but if you did get the top, very good job on that. That's about a 32% gain for you, 32.7% gain. So now what can we see on the RSI? We actually see the RSI losing momentum to the downside and coming to the upside here. We also see the MACD crossing bullish here, which is a good sign that we're going to get some continued upside. Now we're going to look at the daily for this as well, but as you can see, the momentum is coming to the upside. We're going to be looking for it to do something like this here and come to the upside. That would be good. We would want to see the momentum sort of like this. We wouldn't want to see it anything like this, because then we will continue the downtrend. So having a look at the Stokes are turning back up, which is a very good sign that we're probably going to get more continuation up. They did get very worn out down here. And also looking at the super waves, just like the RSI, we are diverging, which means we've got bullish divergence, and bullish divergence on 12-hour time frame should not be ignored, especially when we're on such strong support. Now what you can also see, the money flow index is coming into the green. So this coming into the green means that we will likely be diverging in that area, which if we do come into the green, the last time we were in the green was actually over here. So let's see when that was. This was when we were actually pumping like crazy. So it was around this area when we actually lost it and came back down, but we were in the green for a very long time. So if we do come into the green, it was a very good sign. Now, I don't want you guys to get greedy with your trades, especially if you're just scalping a trade right now and you do pick up this trade, and you can actually see that we are above the 200 exponential moving average. Wait for this to basically be broken. If we do wait for this, and if it is broken, we're going to be looking for some targets for the upside as well. Now, let's look at the daily, because it's going to give us more of an idea of where these targets could be. Let's get rid of everything here. Now, the daily, we'll be looking for this to basically start diverging this way and get a bullish cross, just like the 1 day does have. If we do get that, it's going to be a very good sign that we're going to get momentum to the upside. You can also see the momentum slightly diverging to the upside here as well, but it's going to need a little bit more work. Obviously, it's going to need a little bit more work. So let's have a look at it. Let's watch this very closely. But having a look at this, we're also bouncing off very, very strong daily support, which should not be ignored either. So if you did take this support, great job. As I said, I know some of you guys have been absolutely killing it on the channel, and basically looking at the Stokes, they're getting very, very worn out here, and they're about to cross bullish. As you can see, they're about to cross bullish, guys. So when they do cross bullish, we're probably going to go to the upside, and we're going to have a very nice move. We're also going to be creating some, no, we're not actually creating any bullish divergence here, but the basically VWAP is going to the upside here. So we're going to be looking at that very closely as well. I would want to see the 89 EMA, which is actually the light blue here, get broken and find some support above it. If we do find some support above the 89 EMA, I'm going to be watching the next daily close very closely. If we do get that support, it's going to be a very good sign that we're going to get some continuation up. Now, the next relevant resistance is obviously this 10 simple moving average, which is the red, but that's going to be not as hard to break. So the next really tough resistance would be right here. Now we can start working our way up, but as you can see, the next pivot area, the next really relevant area here would be the 21 EMA, which is at 1.37, and also this pivot area, which is also strong resistance that we had to basically try get rid of here, and we finally did get rid of it. Right here is where we actually broke out. So this resistance is very relevant, and if you are in a long and if you just want to trade it and make some quick money, then you're going to be thinking of some profits here. You're also going to be thinking of some profits here. Now, this is what I was talking about in the last video. When you get these bounces, when you watch these videos and you get these bounces such as 6%, and then let's say it moves up to the 21 EMA and you've got 11% there, guys. 11% is not bad at all. You've got to think of it in a smart way, and you can go back to the stream and listen to this as well. You've got to basically compound your profits. Like that's the only way you will make profits if you're actually trading, not holding for the long term. But it's good to take some of your profits off the table, at least for your fees, at least for whatever. Take 25% off, take 50% off, and then let the rest ride with your stop loss and profit, or take all of your profits, because those compound, guys. You're going to be waiting for another 7% when you can take a full 11%. So you've got to think of it like that. Up here would be about another 7%. So think of it like that, and you will be a very profitable trader. And as you can see, we've been calling these things off very simple things in the market. We've been looking at the momentum losing right here as well. On the daily, we were losing momentum, we were declining in momentum, and we've been looking at these things, guys. And it's not supposed to be hard. So good job on the guys that have been improving in their trading. I know I've been getting a lot of messages on Discord as well, so I do appreciate you guys messaging me on there. It does make me feel very, very happy for what we do here. We've been making 3 videos a day, and it's been absolutely amazing, because we reached 2,000 subscribers literally 2 days ago, and we've already got another 120 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for that. So as I said, we're going to be looking for this to get a bullish cross as well, and the momentum to tick to the upside. We've got a lot of support down below. Now, if we do somehow break down, if Bitcoin makes a big move and Tezos does break down, we're going to be looking at this area. This area will bounce, guys, at least temporarily. It will 100%, in my opinion, will bounce. Nothing is 100% in technical analysis, actually, so I will take that back. I will reword it. But we've got the 377 EMA here, and it lines up beautifully with the S2 support. Now, this is what you're going to be looking for. You're going to be looking for your moving averages to line up with your support areas. Now, if they do line up with your support areas, then you know it's a very, very strong support area. So let's go back and actually test this. As you can see, we've got a lot of confluence in these areas. A lot of confluence in these areas, guys. So this was very heavy resistance, very heavy resistance. We actually broke it as support, and then we have basically implemented this support into the chart for a very long time now, and it's a very relevant area that will likely get a bounce. Now, so you could basically do what we did here. You could basically stack your orders just a little bit above and just a little bit below, so even if it wicks down, you can catch this order. So very good job on the guys that did do that. As I said, the 200 simple moving average is here, which is the yellow. It's going to be very tough to break as well if we do break down, but we're not going to talk about more upside targets apart from this on the USD, on Tezos USD, because of the fact that there is a lot of heavy resistance above. But we do have the 12-hour bullish divergence, so that is something to keep in mind. Now let's go ahead and do some technical analysis on the Bitcoin pairing. I know a lot of you guys trade the Bitcoin pairing, so I've got some stuff that we had a while ago actually, so we're going to be taking a look at it. As you can see, we did actually get a let's go back on the 12-hour time frame and have a look at the 12-hour time frame, because the 12-hour time frame is very similar, but it just hasn't confirmed yet. We are building some bearish or bullish divergence, sorry, in this area, and we're coming up to very strong support. So even if you did take this as well, which we talked about in last video, let's see. Okay, so this red is very strong support. As you can see, we had a perfect bounce off it. Now I'll get rid of that. I'll also get rid of this so you guys can see more clearly. Let's get rid of the royalty here, which is a very great indicator that I talked about in my stream as well. So we've had this nice bounce, but we're not seeing too much continuation, so we could possibly come down to the S2 support. Now if we do come down to the S2 support, the way to basically trade this is for you to put some orders down here on the S2 support and also ladder them in this area, because as you can see, the 200 exponential moving average does line up here. Now we're going to talk about the upside targets, but quickly mentioning this as well. As you can see, we've got this S1 support, S2 support that we've got basically our bounce from now, and then we've also got the 200 moving average here that basically could bounce. This is the exponential moving average, so it's a very strong moving average. And then we've also got the S2 support, which is strong weekly support and daily support, which is at 15,974. Then if we do somehow make a big move, guys, this is a very big area of confluence for me, because of the fact that, what can you notice here? So we've been teaching you guys this in stream as well. We've got the 377 EMA, which is a very strong EMA. We've got the 200 moving average, which is one of the most important moving averages, which dictates a bull and a bear market. If you're under it, it's a bear market. If you're over it, it's a bull market on a daily time frame. So right now we're above it on a 12-hour time frame, and we've also got the S3 support, which is basically daily or 12-hour support. And there's a lot of confluence in these areas. If you go back, you will see that there's a lot of confluence. This has been built into the charts for a very long time. So right here on the price action, right here on the price action, it is resistance. As you can see, we had a lot of wicks here, a lot of wicks to the upside, a lot of wicks to the upside, and it was resistance. And now it will act as very strong support. So mark my words, guys, if we do go down here, we're most likely going to bounce. And it's nothing hard to see. It is pretty clear if you know technical analysis. And if you look at this, we've actually got the 0.618 Fibonacci at this exact level. So this is going to be a perfect bounce. We're most likely going to see the bulls come in and take this up heavily from this area. Now in a bull market, which we've been in for Tezos, usually you see a move down after your bull market ends or whatever, so you will see a move down. But usually if you are still in a bull market, and if you want to stay in a bull market, you will usually see the 618 hold. So you will see a retrace to the 618 Fibonacci, which is right here, the green 618 Fibonacci, and you will see a very strong bounce from it. And that is exactly what we saw from Bitcoin with the $3,000 move up. We bounced from the 618. Now I'm not saying that was the only reason, because we had news as well, but that's where we retraced to, and we even front ran it a little bit, so you could have your orders stacked a little bit higher as well. So this is going to bounce very strongly. Now let's look at the support areas. Let's look at the support areas or resistance areas above us. The resistance area above us, and where we're actually bouncing off right now, is the 0.5 Fibonacci. So if the bulls do really want to take us up, they could take us up from the 0.5. The 0.5 is also a very nice retrace. The pivot area that I'm very interested in on the 12-hour time frame is this area. This is strong resistance. If we go back, you will see that it's also strong resistance in the past. Right here, there's a lot of confluence in this area. So you guys can do this. You don't have to make trading hard. It's very easy when you think about it, guys. you go to the upside here, and this will likely reject. So it's going to be a good place to take some of your profits if you're actually long here. And the 10 simple moving average lines up beautifully from it as well. But if we do flip this as support and we do break it and flip it as support, I'm going to be looking for continuation up to the 21 EMA on a 12-hour time frame. So let's go on the daily. The daily is a little bit more important. One thing I did want to say about the 12-hour is that the Stokes did turn back up, and now they are turning down, but it does look like they may flip back around here, because we're not really seeing the bearish momentum bring it to the downside just yet. And also the MACD may cross bullish here, so you'd want to be looking for this, and you'd want to be looking for the momentum to come to the upside. So something to keep in mind there as well. We are going to take a look at the 1 day time frame. The 1 day time frame is looking absolutely beautiful. The Stokes, what you can see is they're getting really worn out down here, so they're most likely going to turn back up. Now, as I said, the 12-hour time frame, I'm not sure I said it, so I want to quickly make sure you do see this diverging as well into a bullish formation, so keep that in mind. Just like the USD pairing, we are seeing bullish divergence forming. Now we're going to be looking at this relevant area as well. We're going to get rid of everything on the screen so you guys can see properly. We're bouncing off very strong support here, daily support, bouncing off it. If we can take it to the upside, this is going to be some very strong resistance at right here, 55 EMA, which is the white and also the red 10 simple moving average. We're going to be looking for continuation up to the 21 exponential moving average at 18,778. So watch these areas closely. If we do get a big move in the market, Bitcoin starts moving and everything else starts moving, we will see this break and go to the upside. Now the next area, if this does flip, this orange 21 exponential moving average, if we do flip these as support, we're going to be looking for continuation up to here. And that's going to be very nice. So, but I just don't know if it's going to happen for the Bitcoin pairing. If the market does start moving, we will see that XTZ will start moving as well. But one thing to keep in mind for the Bitcoin pairing is the dominance has pulled back a little bit. It's at 67.8%, but I do see a lot of YouTubers talking about how the dominance is going to go down, and we're going to see alts rise. The dominance is not going down anytime soon, guys. The charts are looking very bullish, so keep that in mind. Bitcoin dominance is going to go up, and I've been saying this in every video. We will go up, guys. You will see this in the coming months. So that's all we had to say for basically XTZ. I hope that I've explained everything, and I hope that you guys can make a very nice trade. It does warm my heart when you guys do text me on Discord and tell me that you've made some very nice trades off the videos. It is very, very good. So thank you guys for that. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you guys helping me reach 2,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. It does really help the channel, and also liking the videos always helps the channel. So thank you guys for that. And I will be making a video very, very shortly. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.